live. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Deeds. What's shaking, brother?
Nothing, just trying to get my unstable internet connection on the on fritz, if you will. But yeah, things are good. How's it go? We got a special guest this morning, Jason Rains. How are you this morning?
Excellent. Happy to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me on a beautiful Wednesday morning. And I'm
Dude,
It
excited to
is.
chat with you guys.
Jay, you an early riser?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm always up. I've been up for an hour and a half already. I usually wake up at 4 Pacific time, so
So you're a
yep,
perfect guest for our show, our little wake yo ass up show. Um,
exactly.
it's 5:44 on the West Coast and in Arizona, and we are joined by, as Mark said, our friend Jason Rains with Groovy Bubbles. Jay, where are you from, buddy? What part of California are you at? Thank you for
Born.
joining us real quick. Hold on. Thank you for joining us, Damien and Sean. Now, sorry, go ahead.
Good morning, Damien and Sean. Sean Hart, sweet.
Yep, that is Sean and Damien.
Sweet. Yeah, I was
Damien.
born and raised right here in San Diego, Southern California. And yeah, I've been here ever since I was born. My parents still live in the same house that I was raised in, and I've just kind of bounced around different parts of San Diego, and it's what I've called home and what I plan on always calling home. So yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, San Diego does not suck.
Yeah, it's tough to get bored here, that's for sure. But
There-
what part of Arizona are you in? And then Mark, you're in Jersey, right?
No, not today. Today I'm in Houston.
Oh, okay,
I'm in Houston. I'm a Houston guy. But
okay, gotcha.
what part of Spain are you from, Jason?
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, Northwest Glendale. It's about 15, 20 minutes north of the capital. I'm about a 25-minute drive from the airport.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people up in that area. Hunter Window Wash, I think, is out that way too, right? Or maybe not
Yeah,
as
he's
far.
in the East Valley. I've worked with him once before. He's a good guy. He's
Sweet.
way out east, so he's about 50 miles east of me. Um,
Yeah.
hey, Fred wanted to say hi. Oh, yeah.
Bye,
Okay,
Fred.
go lay down. So, how long have you been in business? I mean, I recently within the last year started noticing your posts in pro, and you've done some really fun advertising things, and you've got great gear, colorful gear we're going to talk about in a second. I've got one of your dope ass hats on right here. Uh,
Love to see it.
so how long have you been in business?
So I officially started my business in January of this year. But prior to that, I'd ordered just like a simple squeegee and mop and just kind of wanted to give it a try. So I, a couple months prior to that, I was just practicing in my house and whatnot, but officially since January. So not that long. It's been 9 months. So yeah,
Cool.
it's been short, but it's been very busy and a lot of fun.
Bro,
That's
nine
cool.
months?
Yeah.
9 months in, and you are absolutely crushing, not only with the gear, but you've done some really fun things when it comes to promotions. You've kind of just been like, fuck it, let's go after this. You did something a while back where you took a A-frame up to the top of a mountain. That took
Yep.
that took some
That's cool.
uh that took some balls and some not like insane fortitude, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how big the mountain was.
Hydration.
It could have been a hill. I don't know. But no, that's actually like your thought process on how you'd like to advertise and marketing yourself has been really unique and spot on. And that's I just wanted to tell you kudos on that because a lot of us we get bored on doing the same things over and over and over again.
So
How
boring.
was that climb? How long did it take? How heavy was your A-frame? Did you get anything from it?
Funny story about that is that A-frame, it's the larger one that the WCR print that they offer. I forget the exact measurements, but it's a pretty good size A-frame. I mean, it's the heavy duty A-frame.
Okay.
And my initial plan was to take that A-frame up. It's called Cowles Mountain here in San Diego. I think it's 3 miles each way, but it's just all straight uphill. Um, but my intent was to bring that up to the top, take pictures with it, hand out stickers to people along the way, hand out WCR box stickers. I had a
Yeah.
bunch of their pins that they've sent me, everything, just hand out
Right on.
all kinds of stuff. Um, and so I got it one day, had a buddy come and film with me, and I got ratchet straps and I tied it to my back, like ready to go up this hill. And I started just hiking, like started going. All of a sudden, like I'm losing like circulation to my arms. Like it's just I had not planned out a solid way to like actually carry it up the hill.
Yeah.
So I turned back around, came back, um, went back to the drawing board. I was like, I already started this. I'd already spent a day trying to do it before. So I was like, I got to get an A-frame up there somehow. So I was like, do I A, climb the mountain and then Photoshop it in there? Or B, I came up with making this smaller A-frame that looks exactly like that one. And I just made it out of cardboard and print that little logo that's identical to it. I took a picture and just cut it out. And then I hiked this little A-frame all the way up there, and with a little bit of photo magic, I was able to get behind the A-frame and make it look like I was standing with it,
Cool.
as if I actually hiked the whole thing up there. So yeah, I tried the original way, didn't work. So this was second best.
So now you're going to tell me Jurassic Park, there's no real dinosaurs?
Pretty much, yeah.
I was trying to think of something funny to go with that too, Deeds.
Dr. Wang was, life will find a way, I guess. But no, that's really cool with the A-frame action.
So
That
the
was
tooth
really
fairy
cool.
is not real?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
get back in there,
Uh-oh.
Tooth.
That's hilarious, dude. So another one that you did too that I was really blown away by, and I don't know if you're still doing it or not. And forgive me for not staying up to date on Insta and all this other stuff. I had my Facebook page, my personal and business Instagram all temporarily shut down. So I have lost track of what's going on in the Instagram world. But one of the I want to call it a like one of the things that you were doing was with Liquid Death, or you were trying to reach out to Liquid Death and you were plugging and plugging and plugging. Has that continued? Are you still rocking that? Are you still on their ass and trying to get them to give you a shout out?
Give me
I'm
some
not
water.
I'm not pursuing it currently because I got like 5 days in, right? And every single day I would email them, I would DM them, I would swipe up on their story, I'd find like five posts to comment on their Instagram page and Facebook. I would DM their Facebook. I would do so many things to reach out every single day, tag them in my story, post about them. I was just going all out, and I was just gonna ride it out. But then we started getting family vacations that I started going to, and it became a much bigger chore than I expected it to be. And then once it was just taking up a lot of time, and I was like, I'm gonna slow down for now, regroup, and then try. It's not over yet. I'm gonna try it again. But I need to figure out a better way to do it. And then I saw they kept seeing my DMs and my stuff, but I wasn't even getting like a haha or like a no response. So I don't know. I was just kind of over it, for the time being. So,
I know
but
what you
I
mean.
would like to try again. So it's not over yet.
That's definitely something that when you did that, I was like, this son of a bitch. And I don't mean that in a negative term. I mean like, wow, good for you. That was really slick. I thought it was a unique and dynamic way to get your name out there, but also to get the people in our industry kind of talking like about you, which is cool.
Yeah.
And also about their product. I've never drank Liquid Death. But I'm always here to support my fellow window cleaners, and I'm always here to support their endeavors. And I thought that one was absolutely stellar. And I really hope that you decide to jump back on that one and give it a round two, call it round two or call it part two or whatever
Ding
you want to
ding.
call it. But Mark and I, will definitely support you on that one. I think it's
Well,
fun.
it's cool. It's out the box. It's guerrilla marketing. It's it's smart. It gets attention. I Klondike did something last year. Like, what would you do for a Klondike bar? And I was like, I'll clean your headquarter windows. And then after the fact, I'm like, shit. I hope they don't respond to that because I don't want to do it for like $1.50 bar of whatever. So they were like, yeah, they liked it, whatever. But stuff like that, it works. It gets attention. Uh, if you've got a big ass corporation in your hometown, do something like that. If you really want to clean their windows bad enough, tag them, like them, follow them, and then get their attention. That's a really smart marketing idea for your business. So round two will go off awesome. I did have somebody try to contact like Verizon for a free cell phone service once, and finally their marketing team wrote back like, "Stop effing with us. We're busy here. You know, we're not giving away free cell phone plans." So sometimes it'll backfire. It all depends on who's sitting behind that keyboard in the marketing department. If he's like, "Nah," you know, it might be tougher. So, but hats off to you. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's slick. Yeah, you don't want to, there's certain companies you want to mess with, and I think that a company like Liquid Death would probably find it fun and find it
Mm.
humorous. Again, I don't follow their Instagram stories, but um lately these days, some of these marketing people and some of these companies have really bright, funny fucking people behind the keyboard. The Wendy's people and the Arby's people.
Savage.
Yeah, they are
Well,
gangster.
you gotta be savage to eat Arby's. I mean, you know what indigestion is.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Horsey
So,
sauce is made from real horsies. I'm just saying.
right. So
Another
what's how's business going for you? I know in the first, like you said, you've been going really basically 9 months. Are you staying busy? Are you banging 3 days a week? You banging 5 days a week? How's it going for you so far?
Right now I'm at about 3 days a week, is kind of what I average. It's just a part-time thing for me. I have a completely other full-time job that I'm doing as well. But yeah, I usually I'll book a couple solar cleanings throughout the week, and then I'll do 1 to 2 days out of a weekend, depending on what time allows, with family and whatnot. So yeah, but I mean, I'm staying busy enough for as a part-time job for it to be worth, me pursuing and doing. And plus, it's just something I really genuinely enjoy. I always tell my clients, I'm like, if I could do this for free, I would, because I enjoy doing it that much. It's more of just a hobby for me. I get excited to go to somebody's house and actually clean their windows, because it's just fun, the technique, and you know all about it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
but I've stayed
rewarding.
plenty busy. So
That's dope. And so what is your trained profession? Like what is your original profession? What do you do? You said, yeah, I do something. This is a side gig. What do you
yeah,
do? What's your main
yeah.
gig?
I'm all I can really say about it, is that I'm a mechanic slash like electrician
Okay.
on larger equipment is what I can really say about it. So
A
yeah, basically
machinist?
I'm a mechanic. Yeah, kind of, yeah, like a car mechanic, but for larger stuff. Um, so yeah, and I mean that pays the bills mostly, and then good benefits and whatnot, healthcare. So that's the main reason I keep that around, is because of all the healthcare and everything associated with it. I've already worked there for 8 years, so I keep that around for the bigger
Are you
benefits,
in a
and I get to
union,
do this.
or are you union or non-union?
I'm federal. We'll say
Oh,
that.
even better.
That's why
Okay,
he's
even
like,
better.
he's like, It's on the hush."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What?
It's low key.
Very
That's
cool.
pretty wild. So who or what got you into window washing? Like were you watching videos? Did you have a homie say, "Yo man, you should try this"? Did you like what got you there?
I think I kind of just got caught in that doom loop of watching YouTube and TikTok and all that all the time. And I'd come home from work every day, at like 3 or 4 o'clock, and just sit on the couch or whatever and just get caught in the loop for 3 hours of watching these lame videos of random a giraffe riding a skateboard or whatever. And
Giraffe riding a
That is
skateboard.
random.
yeah, right. Just it goes deep. You can get stuck in there. But I think one thing came up of window cleaning or something, and I saw a guy doing the whole technique, just like all the videos we film, where you put the camera on the other side of the glass and it's super satisfying and all that.
Yeah.
The ASMR type stuff. And I was watching that and I was like, man, I was like, that kind of looks like fun. Like I feel like I could do that. And I'd recently been looking for something too that I don't have a degree in anything. I don't have a background in anything else other than my full-time job, which I started a week after I graduated high school. So I don't have experience in anything else. And I was like, if I ever decide to leave this job or whatever, I want to have something to fall back on, that I can do full time, to where I wouldn't be like, oh, what am I going to do now? Am I going to go back to school? Am I going to learn a trade? whatever. So I wanted to be trained in something else, you know, where I could make a living off of. So that combined with me just blowing 3 to 4 hours a day on nothing, just sitting on the couch, led me to be like, why don't I try getting something that I can do that isn't just going to be, that's going to make me money and I can have something to fall back on. So just that thought of wanting to do something and then seeing a video somewhere or something, I was like, let me try that. So I bought a squeegee and a mop for 30, 40 bucks, some good quality stuff, gave it a couple tries whenever.
Quality stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The goods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and I gave it a try, and just like there was one weekend in particular where I was just like, I'm just gonna do this all weekend and see if it's really something that I would try, or just see if I try something else. And I did it, and I was like, I like this, you know. And I had good old Steve-O the window cleaner on my phone, you know, just practicing the techniques and why I'm getting rainbow streaks and all that stuff. And then from there, Groovy Bubbles was born a couple months later.
I'm glad that you brought up the name of the business, dude, because it's one of my faves. I think it's so snazzy. I think it's sharp. It is
It's
steak.
groovy.
I wish I had some Austin Powers funky ass teeth to come in this morning and be like, stay groovy, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby.
I was gonna
Smash
do
it.
something corny and dumb like that, but I thought about it way too late. Where did you come up? Like, so hold on, let me get my thoughts in order. As I was saying, I love the name. I think it's dope. I love the VDub culture, which you've
Yeah.
also added to
This
your, I
this
guess,
fall, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you've got it all going on. Where did it come about? You know, how did it come about and all that good stuff?
Um, I was
Oh
trying to come
shit.
up.
Sorry.
What's You're
Frank
good.
Brave just said what up.
Good morning,
What up,
Frank.
Frank Wave?
Or good evening.
Yeah, one of the two. Go ahead. Sorry about that, bro.
No, you're good. Howdy, Frank Rave. I love his content too.
Yeah, he's the
Uh,
best, man.
oh yeah. Um, so I was trying to come up with a good name for it that was like kind of whimsical, kind of fun. And I really like Rasta colors and stuff. You see it around my surfboards, red, yellow, green. You see it all over San Diego. The good
Yeah.
vibes that are here, the beach culture, and all that. So I was like, I definitely want like Rasta colors on it because I didn't want like a lame, just like some solid color or something, you know. Uh,
Sure.
so I wanted that, and then I was just trying to come up with names. I had like this thing in my notes of like a bunch of names, but none of them were really sticking. Like, oh, like that somebody would see it and be like, oh, now that's cool. Like, I wanted it to really hook clients in, you know. So I was just sitting there brainstorming for maybe 2 or 3 days of just writing down anything I would come up with. And then somehow it was definitely my fiance initially mentioned it. She was like, "What about Groovy Bubbles?" She was the
She's
one
fucking
that,
legit.
and yeah, exactly. Because I was like, cool, fun. I don't know, just generic stuff. And then somehow I got on the topic of groovy. I was like, what about like groovy window cleaning or something? And then she's like, what about groovy bubbles? Because we're doing some. I was practicing on a door up here in my house, just doing the windows. She's like, there's a lot of bubbles on the grounds, and then there you go, put two and two together, groovy bubbles, and then it just kind of stuck from there. And yeah, I mean that and then the Volkswagen came into the picture because I wanted something where people would see me out on town or whatever, and it would catch their eye, and then be like, oh my gosh, like it's that's Jason with Groovy Bubbles because it has Groovy Bubbles all big on the side, and it's a
Yeah.
Volkswagen bus, so who's gonna miss that, right? And then I always wear my overalls, my tan ones. You've seen them in the
The
videos
Carhartts, yeah.
probably. So I just wanted a bunch of stuff where if somebody saw me out and about cleaning windows with or without the Volkswagen or my logo, people would know exactly who I was in East San Diego County because I am the window guy. You know, I am Groovy Bubbles. So I just wanted a bunch of stuff that would catch people's eye, you know.
Well, you fucking nailed it, bro. Like you seriously, you nailed it. It's one of the, like I said, to watch somebody progress that quickly from January till September, to be recognized by a bunch of your fellow window cleaners. You're doing a lot of things right, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on, because you are doing a lot of right things, and the marketing is right. You know, everything's tying in. It seems like you have a master plan to take over like you said, East San Diego County. So I'm stoked for you to see how far it goes. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you have any of those other names that you thought about that were like finalists? Do you want to share any of those? Like maybe somebody will boost one of them from you. Maybe you don't want to share them, but
Don't
Right.
share them. Keep them to yourself.
Yeah, right. They were all pretty generic. I think pretty much some, I forget exactly what it was, but it was something similar to like streak free. Because I feel like what a lot of people will do now is just go straight to Chat GPT and say, "Hey, what are good window cleaning names?" And it immediately pops up like 20 things like streak free or crystal clear or the super like just they're
Clear
good names,
view, clear view, clean view,
Yeah,
every bit of it
exactly.
is
Like
all of it
crystal,
is yeah, crystal clear. Like
diamond view, or stuff like that.
yeah.
So, and they're all great names. But I just wanted something, I don't know, something retro, like groovy. And I've had a lot of people tell me they're like, I chose you because of your name. A lot of people that were around in the 70s and 80s, and they're like, this was the culture, like that's so
Well,
cool. And every,
that's your demo anyways. I mean,
yeah,
to be honest, like it's kind of
Thirty to
we're
65.
typically shooting for people 35 and up, right? I mean, I don't have very many clients under the age of 35. Um, so and I don't know like what the demo is in East San Diego County, but I'm guessing it's, you know, people 40s and above. So I just think the name is great. The color schemes that you've chosen fit extremely well too. And your branding, like we said, is totally on point. And I see that, I've got one of your caps. You've got definitely your shirts. Let's see, there's your cap. Let's see the shirt too. I want to see a full on that one.
yeah, I just got this guy from the WCR marketing department. Thank you guys for hooking me up with this, because it's so nice to have an actually like good quality dry fit. I think these are called the dye dry fits. They're really good. It's good stuff. Very breathable. I used it on a solar cleaning the other day in direct sunlight for 2 hours. Didn't get burnt. It was super breathable. So check it out. It's got the bubbles all over it. I like how they did all that. And then it has all my services on the back: gutter cleaning, screen repairs, all the good stuff. So I'm super stoked to have this. You're going to see in a lot more of the future videos. And this, I mean, nobody's going to miss me when I'm standing on the roof with this bad boy on. Period.
Absolutely not. So Jill and Steve over at the print department took care of you.
Oh yeah, yep. Jill and Steve both were huge parts of it. And I mean, I got my proofs to look at in like less than 24 hours. They were able to print me up some and make a couple little corrections and stuff, and make it exactly this is what I had in my head before I even reached out to them. So they completely knocked it out of the park. And I'm super excited to use these in the future.
Well, guess what? Jill just heard you speaking because she
Cool.
said those shirts though fire. So I
Yeah,
asked her, I said, were your ears ringing? So yeah, Jill's in the room. Let's see who else. Damien's still in the room. We had Tom in. Adam Hogan is in the room. He's got the 420 going. Let's see. Zero window cleaning. They said good morning, Goo and Deeds. Good morning, Mr. Groovy. Have a great day, guys. Let's see who Frank, like
Good
I said,
morning,
was in. I don't know
Zero.
if Frank's still in. Tyler Levi Smith is in the building too.
Morning,
Sean
Tyler.
still in, and yeah, man, everybody's
Morning,
everybody's
guys.
cooking this morning. So, um, today is Wednesday, and we are starting a new. We're gonna try and do something new and something fun throughout the weeks. We're gonna do a giveaway tomorrow or Friday, pardon me. But on Wednesday, we're gonna try and do like a what's in your bucket and show us your buckets. So I posted in the Goo
Morning,
and Deeds.
Thomas. Morning, Tyler.
I threw a in the Goo and Deeds um, podcast page on Facebook, some pictures of my bucket. And I'd love for you guys to go in there and show me pictures of your buckets. If you've got some cool stickers on your bucket, if you've got some cool tools in your bucket, just show me your buckets. That's all we're asking for today. Um, And normally, I don't know if you've paid attention or not, Jason, but on Mondays we're trying to highlight a tool or something. What is your favorite tool so far that you really like using, or what is one of the things that you seem to be using the most?
It's funny you asked that because I have seen that you've been doing on Mondays and I love it, as well as the what's on your bucket because or what's in your bucket because I think it's a common question that pops up in the pro window cleaning group a
Yeah.
lot that we need to revisit is because every week you see somebody in there. It's like, hey, want to start my business? What's the best mop, squeegee, all that? And it also kind of ties in with one of the questions that I was going to ask you guys is you can only have one mop and one squeegee. What ones would you have, but yeah, as far as like go to highlighting tools, I grabbed them so I could just show them real quick.
Oh, you're the man,
Is
dude.
obviously, I mean, the ultimate squeegee right here, standard Mormon handle 2.0 with the Ettore brass and then the good old green Unger rubber. I mean, hands down my favorite
Cool.
go-to. I don't know, maybe it's just showing goo right now, but Mark, maybe on your back wall there, you have something that I've been wanting to try. It's called they have the German one, the Sorbo handles. Those I think it's a swivel handle, and they have
Yes.
the German one and
Yes.
the other one. I've been wanting to try one of those. Those look. I was at a window cleaning place here in San Diego recently. Oh, thank you, Alexa. Um, I was at a window cleaning place here and yeah, that one. That seems pretty heavy duty too, so
Yep.
I'd like to eventually give one of those a go.
You know
Yeah,
what?
Um,
Hold on. I'm
real
gonna
nice.
send one out. I'm gonna send one out to you today. The
okay, thank you.
the Sorbo handle, the USA one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have one. I bought one and then I got one. I'm gonna send you one. Are you okay with a gently used one?
Yeah, I just want to give it a whirl. If you'll send me one,
Sorbo
I'll definitely
Sor
do it.
Sorbo is my go-to, and it has been for the last 6, 7, 8 years. Um, just a gangster handle. So that's a sweet one too. But the heavy, I don't know, there's something about when you get the big heavy, like it's not heavy, but it just feels like it's supposed to be in your hand. I
Hmm.
think you're gonna love it. It is a great tool. You can see, I don't know if you can or not because my window's glaring up, but my bucket is, I got a bunch of stuff I got going on today. So in my bucket is one of those Sorbo handles, and I will get that out to you today.
Thank you.
Like I
I
said, no
appreciate
problem.
that.
It's gently used, and I just changed rubber. I just put a brand new rubber in it last night because I was planning on using it, but I'll use my other one and I'll send that one out to you.
Thank you. And then just tying
Cool.
back real quick, because this is the only other thing that I'd grabbed, is this is just the hedgehog sleeve by who is it, Maker? Um, and I really like
Yeah.
that sleeve and T-bar just because it's got like some, I want to say nylon bristles on it. And I feel like they make a huge difference. This was actually one of the WCR giveaways that they do every single morning, Monday
Yeah.
through Thursday, I think, on the pro window cleaning page. It was just one that I just commented below, where you take the picture and like the post, and I won that on there. And I was like, oh, cool, like another mop I'll be able to use. And I thought I'd use it occasionally, but it has become my main mop that I use every single time, and it's really good at agitating all the sticky stuff and the bee poop and all that on the windows. So it's crazy. That's another reason if anybody's on the pro window cleaning page and you see that free stuff on there, there may be a tool that you could win on there and you don't even realize it could be your next favorite tool. So, but those are those two
Yep.
squeegees, and then that mop is, if I was starting out, I would definitely get that. And I run a techno pad all the time too. I'll throw a walnut or coconut pad on there and run that. So those are my main things.
Dude, they are all awesome. And I am a huge maker guy too. I just got a text. You're not getting a used Sorbo. You're getting one sent. It might take you a couple more days, but our friends in Florida, New York are setting you up. So
Oh man, thank you,
Cool.
Sorbo. I
yeah,
appreciate it. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So
This is why I love this community. Everybody helps each other out. I have a list of names that I'm going to go over before we're done that of just people that I couldn't have done this without, and you guys are part of that too. It's special.
It is special, and it sounds super corny and it sounds funky or whatever. A bunch of grown ass men thinking a bunch of other grown ass men and women. But to be honest,
I love it.
yeah, me too. And I wouldn't. Hey, Fred, shut up, dude. We wouldn't. None of us would be
Hey,
here without the help from
Fred's
someone
family.
else. Um, Now Floyd wants in on the action, dude. Oh my God, these two, they're needy little bitches today. Um, so yeah, I
Biscuits
think
and
it's
biscuits.
awesome to pay it forward, and definitely our friends at WCR are gonna set you up with a new one, so you're not getting a gently used goo one. That's funny.
The Goose Special.
It's got
Yeah, the
goo all
goo
over it.
special. It's awesome too that we have our friends that are paying attention to what we're doing too, and you know they're listening and they're seeing what's popping. And I want to say, you're saying that you want to say thank you to people too. Mark and I couldn't be doing any of this stuff if it wasn't for all the people behind the scenes. Mark's the first person that I couldn't be doing any of this without. And then I'd say Kylie, his wife,
My wife.
um, and a bunch of others that are helping us on this journey so far. You mentioned that you came prepared with some questions, dude.
Oh
You are a fun guest. What do you got?
Okay. Yeah, I made up a couple questions. Mainly it's stuff that I like to help out the little guys because we're all single, small business owners. So number one is there's five. What advertisement slash marketing method has worked best for you? This is something that I've had in my DMs multiple times since making my content, since smaller window cleaning businesses are following me. And yeah, I mean, mine personally is my A-frame. That's why I've made a ton of videos about it. I feel like you're missing out on a bunch of leads if you're not running an A-frame, because there's been multiple times I've been on somebody's roof, cleaning solar or whatever, doing windows, and none of the neighbors, nobody would ever know I was there unless I had that A-frame out on the street to catch somebody's eye. Then I immediately see the head, see the A-frame, whip to the house. They see me, I smile, they smile, we wave at each other. Boom, bam, within a day or two, or just sometimes right on the spot, my phone's ringing. And then I'm answering it. And then I can either hit their house right after for an estimate, or I can immediately get to work and start cleaning their windows. That's a whole other lead I wouldn't have had, and yeah, for the cost, you'll pay off your A-frame within one day of having it out, So, and then these yard signs WCR Print also puts out are awesome. I've gotten tens of so many leads off of them. So, but I wanted to hear what you guys had to say about
Deej, you go first. I'm gonna grab a couple things out of my
No
bucket. Deej,
problem.
you go ahead and answer that one.
All right, first of all, the sublimated shirts that you're wearing, the dye sublimated shirts that WSR Marketing selling now, those are going to be fire for you because you'll be standing in line at a Quiznos or somewhere, and they'll say, "Hey, did you clean windows?" It's like, does it say window cleaning on there? Yeah, and you'll be able to sell a lot more jobs and stuff that way because you'll be known. So like omnipresent, light, bright like a peacock. The signage, just like you, I put a sign in the front yard, in the front flower bed, right by the truck, even though my truck is fully wrapped and says pressure washing, window cleaning, all that. I still put a sign there for the people walking the dog who take the picture. Signage is always good. Anything that you use to brand yourself and your business that you spend money on that people can notice or look at is good marketing dollars because it's differentiates yourself from the guy in the truck with a bucket and wearing like a torn jeans and stuff like that. Uh, so yeah, that's how I do it. That and I ask every customer. My whole job here is to impress you and do a great job, just to show that we don't suck. We appreciate if you go on your neighborhood Facebook page or next door and just give us a shout out if you were happy with the service. So asking the customer to go an extra step. A lot of guys would call it ask for referrals. I just ask for a shout out on their page. That's very
yeah.
helpful.
No, definitely. Yeah, that's a good point. The pages is a huge deal that people post in their local pages. It's huge.
Yeah, so when I first got started too, 2008, 2009, I mean, I had got started working for someone else years and years prior to that. But in 2008, 2009, when I first started, Nextdoor had just popped off. And back then, excuse me, back then to be a part of Nextdoor, you actually used to have to fill out a postcard and mail it back for them to accept you.
Oh
And
wow.
it really was within a community. And at that point too, it was a bunch of people typically moving into new neighborhoods and they didn't really have a lot of other places like that, like Jill's List or whatever, or Angie's List or whatever was kind of just going. But for me, that next door thing really, really hit. And at that point, I didn't have door hangers, so I would just get little printed pieces of paper and that listed my services and hand those out. As I as I progressed and as I earned a little more income, I did door hangers. I've never been one for like electronic advertising, but I do know that EDDM is the way to go. I know it's crushed for Damien. I know Mark, you've done a little EDDM, right? Electronic mail.
No, I've never dabbled in that. I just do door hangers. No, I want to do EDDM because there's tons of neighborhoods I should
Yeah.
cover. I'm just lazy on it. So
Yeah,
someday,
no,
soon.
EDDM is the way to go to. I also have not done it as well. Um, Tanner tells us, Mark Tanner says, "Hey, ladies." Um, so yeah,
Hey,
the
now.
that and one of the other ways that I marketed too is the Facebook groups. They really crush. If you can get into a couple of those, and if you find out whoever the biggest mouthpiece is, usually in those groups, or all of them typically have somebody that is like
The
the
admin.
trusted
The
source
admin, yeah.
or
Yeah.
The
the
lead
mayor of
Karen, the
the
final boss,
yeah,
Yeah.
the mayor of Whoville. Um, so
the
whenever you get in
50%
with that
discount
person,
enhancer.
yeah, they usually help. Um, and so those are the ways that I have gone about like trying to market or grow. Most of it was all organically though. I've been what's the word I'm looking for? A tight ass, I guess. I don't know when it comes to spending on marketing and things like that. But I'm understanding as I continue to try and grow, and also as our industry continues to grow, that I need to find other ways to continue to advertise. So those will probably be the next steps in the next quarter that I'm trying to take, October, November, December. That will be something I definitely try to tackle. Um, we were talking about tools too, and I'm going to show you some of the goodies that I got. It's a little Sorbo that I threw
Oh
together
yeah.
with the Mamba.
Heck yeah.
I
That
love
thing's
this.
Nice.
sweet.
So we can get away with 18s on almost everything here, but when you don't, you can rock something smaller.
Is
And
that a
then
Sorbo rubber in there?
this one is no, this is I think that's an Etery on that.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's the round. That's the round. I switched that brass handle. And then here's the MAGA. And I just put a new rubber in there today. And then some of the other stuff, I'm gonna try a 22 Unger for the first time.
Love that. Love that mop. What a great
Nice.
mop.
Yeah. But I've been banging the makers
Oh,
for I don't know, 3 years now or so. And they
what's
are
that thing on the edge there? What is that something you added on or
It's a
something?
scrubber. Yeah,
Okay.
you can get the scrubbers for them. I think they're about $6 for a pack of six,
Okay,
and
cool.
maybe 6.95. I'm not sure.
I
Uh,
like that.
but when you add
Yeah.
them on there, it just adds for a little
That
aggressive.
stubborn
The booger
bit.
flingers.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Ah, damn it.
So those are some of my favorites. Um, and that's kind of what I get down with. So yeah, man. What other questions do you got? I'm really excited about this. This is hilarious. Usually we're the ones that ask the questions.
Right? When I was making them up, I was like, this is probably I'm interviewing them a little bit. Okay.
Do it.
Number three was how do you feel about slash have you hired? This was a big conversation I had with the guy on Instagram. Have you hired employees? Have you tried hiring employees? Do you know anybody with experience with hiring employees? Is there a good way to do it? What's your take on hiring employees, or is it just you guys going by yourself? And has it always been that way?
Deeds? I know. I
Oh,
mean,
me, I'm a solo guy. I was inspired to start my business, solo. The movie Mr.
Mhm.
Deeds is my catalyst, and then it rolled from there more or less. But it's always been Mr. Deeds, so it's going to be like a one-man show. If
Yeah.
I ever retire, I might sell the business to a solo guy. But
Mm.
at this point, it's just me. if I have larger work, I'll kind of subcontract that out, but I don't like the employees, the headache, the W-2s, the insurance. It's like I do pressure washing, so I deal with bases, acids, high pressure, hot water. I can't let a kid drive off with a trailer and try to, you know, lose a finger or something. I'm paranoid about that. So I'm more, they get better service, higher price for the solo guy versus sending techs out. Because then I get the customer who I'll get callbacks because Bob or Dylan didn't like do clean the frames or something. That would keep me up at night. So I don't like that, having to worry about that. So it'll probably just be me for a while.
Yep, one face. I totally get that.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
did, I don't know if you've caught any of my backstory or any of that stuff, but about like 6.5 years ago, I stopped drinking and I basically restarted my business. And for the first 3.5 years of that, I was straight solo. And that was during pre-COVID and COVID and into 2023, I want to say. I was basically going solo and then I started getting some help. I found that I did not hire the best people, so it made things difficult. Um, I didn't have reliable helpers. I overpaid because I wanted the help and I was paying by hour. Um, because people don't want, they think that they need a certain amount and they do, but I was overpaying and it just became a pain in the ass. And then like kind of like Mark said too, you worry about you can't sleep at night because you don't know if your guy's going to show up the next morning. It's super stressful. It drove me nuts. Yeah, I went through two employees in about a 8-month stretch. One of them I was picking up from the city bus all the time and then dropping them off. The other one ended up totaling my car. Um, and then I hired some other cats and ran through those dudes. I was still paying too much. And then fortunately, you know, the guy who got me into the business over 20 years ago, um, lost his gig and he reached out and told me, "Hey man, I'm a free agent. And can I come slang some suds?" And of course, I'm like, first off, I know he's responsible as shit. I don't ever have to worry about him not showing up. And I know he likes to work and I know he's good at it. So
He's a good window
all
cleaner. It's hard to come by.
yeah, he just like everything just aligned.
Yeah.
So I got super lucky. Um, if you're doing this as a part-time thing, or if this isn't your main deal, I definitely recommend still just going solo for as long as you can. Scheduling as frequently as you need and or want to work, so that way you don't burn out. But it's to each their own. I just I'm in my late 40s now, and I started getting my ass kicked from moving ladders and climbing ladders and doing this and doing that. I felt like my back's all compressed, and so I needed help.
Oh,
Thank God for Billy Sloan. In our in my world in here in Phoenix, my buddy John and I, we call him Billy Badass because Billy does all sorts of shit. And I love the guy, and I wouldn't be where I'm
Billy
at,
D, Billy D.
and I wouldn't be where I'm at if it weren't for Billy. So shout out to Billy, and shout out to Craig Hensel who just popped in and said good morning, and to
Good
Jake
morning,
Fano,
Craig.
and to Jake
See,
Van Orden
dog.
who popped in too.
Jake.
And let's
Chico.
see. Squeegee Tom is telling me he only messes with the 14 or a 6, nothing else. So some more of the comments going on there.
Sweet. I love to hear that it's active in there.
Yeah, us too. That's one of the things that we're finding out is the most fun is when we get some interaction with our friends. It makes the mornings and our conversations go really well. And we mentioned earlier in the show on Friday, we're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. I think there's a Maker silencer, an Etery Pro Pack. What else is in
Ooh.
there, Deeds?
Ooh.
Do you
I think
remember?
there's a Maker large bag. Yeah, Maker large bag, an Unger Ninja squeegee channel. I think maybe a 14 or 18-inch, and then a T-bar maybe. And
And that whole
yeah, just some
Etery Pro
cool
Pack.
cool
So there's
stuff
like a
for one
mishmash.
lucky winner to win.
Um,
All you got to do to win
Yeah,
is
mishmash of goodness.
all you got to do to win is comment, man. We're gonna
Comment.
take one of the comments, put all the names in a spinning wheel, and See who wins it.
That's actually how I heard about you, Jason, is that somewhere you popped up in my feed. I don't know if it was with Zero or something, that it was their advertisement, but you gave away a Zero Micro and a Pure system, right? It was a blue Zero Micro.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what caught my
Yep.
attention. And as I was like, man, I was like, is this guy like a representative or something for Zero? But I just thought it was super cool. You're giving away like a whole new system. For them, and I was like, I got to see what this guy's all about. And then I found out about the Goon Deeds podcast, so I was like, I got to see what Mark's all about. And then I started tuning in, and one thing led to another. We've talked to each other a little bit, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
that's cool.
Yeah, so I am an affiliate with Zero, and I am an affiliate with WCR. Um, I don't really throw around my hyperlinks too often. If people want to purchase or anything like that, they can reach out to me. Um, I still purchase from a sales rep, but I can help out, you know, anytime I can if there's anybody that has questions. Basically, I want to be that friend who points you in the right direction and who's honest with you and can let you know if I think something is good. I just want to give you the proper feedback. And if you want to purchase from me, great, that's cool. And if not, and you already have a rep, that's great too. So I'm one of those kind of cats who's really not trying to pressure anybody into anything, but I want to be a reliable source. And yeah, I will say I do want to be a reliable source. And I'll tell you, the people at Zero are just about as amazing as they come. They're like, what do you want to give away? And the micro blue, that deep blue, it
Love it.
looks like, yeah, me too. So I have I won a Caribbean blue like about a year and a half ago. And then I saw that deep blue, and I have a 2003 Chevy Silverado with 156,000 miles on it, beat up, but it's that beautiful blue. And I was
Hmm.
like, this is the one we got to give away. So that's what we did, and it was a fantastic experience. And when I broached Zero and WCR about this whole road trip thing, they were all on it, and they basically made my dreams come true. So it's a wonderful industry that we're in, and I couldn't be in a better spot, personally and professionally. It might have taken me 47 years to get here, but baby, I'm here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and the color, like you mentioned, the color is really something that stuck out to me too. I was like, I didn't even know they made the micros in that color, and then I saw you holding it, like, hey, we're giving this away, and I was like, enter right now. Like, yeah, it's cool.
That was a really fun
So nice.
contest, man. That was a blast. That was a lot of fun. The whole summer was magical. It's probably the best summer of my life. I got to see all sorts of different people, got to meet a ton of new faces and see a bunch of the country. And I've never really traveled before, so that was a blessing for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, and the traveling thing is super cool too. All right, I'm gonna loop it back around into the last two questions because I know we're kind of running out of time here.
You got it.
Um, what's one thing about small business ownership that you weren't expecting? And I know you've been in the industry for a while, so maybe that doesn't as I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you have some that you could share that you weren't expecting. Like the paperwork aspect for me personally, like I didn't realize I would be doing so much tracking and filing of all of the expenses and all that. And I have a good system for it now in my Excel spreadsheets and all that where I can just boom, boom, put it in 2 seconds. But it's still a huge part of it. And the tracking, it's not something that you really pay attention to when you're first starting out, as
No.
being as big of a part as it is.
Deeds.
Yeah. One thing is the slowness, the quiet times. When you jump all in, you're doing part-time, so you've got freedom to schedule and stuff. But when you go full-time, all in, got to feed your family and stuff, you've really got to make that phone ring. And when it's not ringing and shit's not happening, then you get nervous. That sucks. So when you're doing this full-time or jumping in or thinking about it, just remember you've always got to generate leads, generate income, get estimates out there. Because if you're not if you're not advertising or waving at people or they're not seeing you, they're not knowing you're in business, they're not calling. So you've got to make videos, Instagram, local pages, be funny, just do whatever to get attention, to sell work, to get yourself busy. And yeah, following up office work, that's half the fun. Something I do enjoy about this that I didn't expect as much was the freedom to do what you want. You know, if you're having a good month or a good year, you can vacation with your family. You can take time off. You can take a week here, take a week there. I'm going to be taking off the end of October to drive the family up to New York. We're going to do Halloween in Western New York again. So if I was in the corporate world, you know, I'd have to take time off, hope for that to work out and stuff. So the freedom's one thing I don't want to say I didn't expect, but I enjoy most. You know, that's fun.
Yeah, one of the things that I did not expect was math. All the math, all the finance shit, the keeping track of all that stuff. I did everything pen and paper, and I still do pretty much till about a year and a half ago. Um, yeah, that's the one thing that I can't stand dealing with is trying to track that stuff. So I got into the business in residential because I never wanted to have to chase checks. If you're doing some commercial, sometimes you have to wait 30, 60, 90 days. And let's say it's a net 30, that doesn't mean you're still going to get it in 30. It could be 60 days. Um, I didn't realize that the phone could ring whenever. I also didn't realize how important it was to answer every effing phone call.
Mhm.
And that can be really annoying and tedious and all that. There's real no, there's no such thing as a window cleaning emergency.
Yeah.
People tend to think that there can be or is. Um, and
Realtors.
yeah, I was just gonna say, especially when we had that boom, that housing boom, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. I was getting every realtor thought that they were the only house that was being listed and they needed a window cleaning yesterday. Um,
Yeah.
so I didn't realize how important I was. But
Yeah. Right.
yeah, those are just some of the things, that's about it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Amen. And then my last question was what's the big thing you're looking to add or do to improve your career, whether it's in window cleaning or outside of window cleaning, or like what's a big tool that you want to add or something that you're looking forward to adding to your business? Mine definitely is I saw recently on one of Mark's posts, you were using a stack ladder set. I believe it was a stack ladder set.
Yeah.
And keep seeing these stack ladders. I know WCR does the giveaway for the big set where you get that card every time you place an order to enter the giveaway when you leave a review.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing them. I'm using one of the little giant ladders where you slap the things together and it opens up and all that. And it's big and bulky and kind of hard to move around sometimes. So I'm intrigued by these stack ladders, and I saw you using, I don't know if you were hanging Christmas lights or something, but it just seems so movable and easy to get in
It
tighter
fits right in
spaces,
there and
bring inside.
it's lightweight. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm looking at upgrading
definitely.
eventually there. But yeah, what are you guys looking to add to the fleet or what are you looking to bring your business to the next step or improve, you know?
Yeah. My improvement is I'm working on the WCR, the CRM that they've got. So I'm fine tuning that with my services. I want to learn how to drip email, which I'm doing. Email my past customers because I've got like 1,000 customers, so I can drip to them slowly. My biggest hurdle that I'm working on now is just to stay busy and get busy. So I've got a vast array of past clients and leads that I can drip out to. I'm just not utilizing it enough. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm also going to teach myself and learn Google and or Facebook ads and just kind of drip some money into that into certain neighborhoods. And then if that takes off, and get into EDDM, and then because here in Houston we're like 4 million people, and all these neighborhoods are like homes of 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. They're all individual neighborhoods with their own uh, demographic, what have you, and they're all my demographic. So I need to start targeting and getting that. So that's my thing is targeting customers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
I want to say probably, I own pretty much all the tools now. So I,
Mhm.
I have pretty much all I need. Every now and then there are certain things that I see online that I'm like, ooh, that would be nice. I will be doing EDDM within the next 60 days, probably. Give it a trial run just to see how it goes. And I think that maybe some new magnets, little things, just, little things, um, to change up and to stay fresh, stay relevant. But other than that, I'm not, I'm not trying to like blow up. That's never really been my goal. I never really wanted to be the biggest in the industry. I never really wanted to. I'm not one of those guys that needs to swing his stuff around to be a badass window cleaner.
Yeah.
I just I want myself, my family, and Billy and his family to be all right, to know that we have work and to um just be good dudes. You know what I mean? That's the main goal. If we are successful and happy and keep our clients happy, that's all I need to do, man.
Yeah, excellent. No, I agree. There's always room for a little bit of improvement, but overall, yeah, I mean if you're
Wonder if
chilling
Zero
where
can
you're
get into like stripper poles,
at. No, definitely. And just going off of what Mark
just
said
kind of
real quick
random.
about the CRM, I did sign up for that CRM and I think it's been a huge help. It's nice to have somebody where at any given moment, if you have a question about marketing or advertisement, to just have somebody in your pocket there you can just pull out your phone and just say, hey, how can we do this? Or I wanted to build a good website and they did a great job. They literally built
Mhm.
me an entire website that I'm able to now just send to clients, and it's all professional and decked out. And then and like every week I'm getting texts and emails about, hey, we're doing it, like they're gonna do something for I think digital advertising or something that you can tune into, and these are all
Nice.
things that are included where you can just hop in and they say this is how you run ads or do this or that, and there it's a really good source for a lot of the digital advertising that I feel like a lot of window cleaners can miss out on because we're obviously busy trying to advertise and just go do the work, you know. So they
Yeah.
take care of a lot of that middle ground of searching and trying to figure out how to run these digital marketing things, and they do a good job of teaching it to you in a timely, more efficient manner than going to YouTube or something or figuring it out, you know. So I've gotten every penny's worth out of
Yep.
that thus far, and I think it's going to become so much bigger because they just started it. So I'm excited to see where it ends up on top of what I've already gotten out of it.
Yeah, and you know what, dude, to be honest, all right, I lied. I do need to get down on that CRM. That's the one, and I don't know if you've caught the last couple episodes.
Yeah, yep. I was thinking
I'm
about you
like, all
talking
right,
about it, and I was like, is he on
yeah.
it yet?
And John Trotta seems to be the nicest guy too, and Sean Hart's been telling me about him since May, and I just need to bite the bullet. And because it is something that I do want to do, but it's always like learning something new, always scary. And I just am, apparently I'm a big bag of bitch. What
You
can I say?
fear
I don't
change.
know. Listen, man, we got to
Well,
start
your
wrapping
business
it
will
up.
thank you if you get it organized.
Yeah, right.
Well, I
Uh,
want to throw one thing out there as far as a tool. I saw this morning, hold on, that Zero has the nose to the glass tool, which is like a
yeah.
12
Mhm.
inch
That green one.
extender so you can water fit pole. Where has it been till now? I mean, I'm going to order one today or tomorrow because, if doing water fed pole and you've got holly bushes behind you and you're trying to, get shit done with using a water fed pole, I'll use a trad pole to get close, but that a shorter one is super smart. So I look forward to seeing that in some guys' videos.
Love that.
Go on Mike Matthews post on the Go and Deeds fan page. There's a there's a hyperlink for one of those nose to the glass deeds.
Sweet.
Cool.
uh
Do you mind
Those are
if I do
sweet.
my shout outs and
yeah,
then
absolutely. I'd
I'm
love to
all
hear who
cleaned
you
up?
want.
Hell
I
yeah.
want
Yeah.
to hear who you have to give a shout out to.
Okay. First of all, my fiance Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Couldn't do it without her.
My fiance,
She's number one.
soon to be wife.
Yeah, soon to be wife.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. Next person, hands down, is
Okay.
Steve-O, the window cleaner. Without his videos and his content, literally everything I've done is all based off of what he's taught me.
Hey
Uh,
Jay, he's on next Friday.
Sweet, I'm tuning in. I'll see every
Oh,
second of
cool.
it because that guy is just a book of knowledge. Next up, we have WCR. Obviously,
Knowledge.
I mean they hook it up. WCR print department takes care of all my advertisements, the signs, the A-frame, you name it. Chris Lamb, I'm just gonna say Lamb because I don't want to butcher the last name. He was on. You guys had him on recently. Love seeing his stuff. Good dude. Great resource. Steve Fishgrund with the WCR print department, huge guy. Has hooked it up a lot. Thank you. Jill Okun, um, obvious reasons, takes care of all this, the custom orders, huge thing. she's very patient. And then last person is Sean Hart, Sparta window cleaner. When I first started, he answered so many of my questions about tools, how to use them, and he was just a really good resource for me to get live feedback of how to do XYZ while I was out on a job. So thank you guys to all those people, because none of this would have been possible without them. And thank you to you guys for having me on the show this morning. You guys are the
It's our
best.
pleasure, Jay. It's our pleasure. And I hope you're okay with me calling you Jay.
Thank
It's
you.
just one of those things.
No, go for it. That's usually what people call me.
Deeds, who you got?
Just want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a blast to entertain everybody and shoot the shit with Jason and other Jason.
Yeah.
It's great to come on here 3 times a week and just talk the shit, talk window cleaning, and have fun. So thanks everybody. Thanks WCR and Zero for all that you're doing. Looking forward to trying out that new nose to glass pull here next week. But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you, Kylie,
Hey,
for everything
Zero's a
also.
good one too. Love you, Zero.
Yeah, thanks.
yeah. Hey, 2 J's in the morning. I think Sublime wrote a song about that, right?
It's
Um,
groovy.
And at night.
Yeah. And in the
Yeah.
afternoon, it makes me feel all right. So yes, John, I see you are on there. I promise I will touch base either. Oh,
Couldn't forget. Couldn't forget.
I know they're a little bulky on some people and the caps don't always rock, but thank you for popping that bad boy on. That is awesome. And Sean Hart, he just said, keep killing it, homie. He is one, I've got a lot of favorite people in this industry, and it's because there's a lot of fucking kick-ass people. Sean Hart, by far, is one of the most genuine, down-to-earth, lovely people in the biz. He makes me feel good every time I talk to him or every time I message. It doesn't matter. It always puts a smile on my face. So that is definitely one of them. Kaylee from Zero, another one. She is absolutely top notch. One of the best in the biz. You nailed it on the head with Chris and Alex. The Lambrinides, they are outstanding people, and just everyone at WCR and Zero. Our boy Squeegee Tom, who's taking a road trip. Keep tuned into him. Help donate for the cause. My boys, Billy and John Magdos, Billy Badass and John Magdos, Jill O'Coon and Steve in the WCR print. Everybody, dude. We're just fortunate to be where we're at. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Deeds, what do you tell them?
Change your rubbers.
Yeah, man, and I hope your passion bucket's full. Join us on Friday, guys. We're gonna have our friend Mike Nichols join us. We're gonna do a giveaway. All that we're asking you to really do is comment in the section and keep the conversation flowing, guys. We're here to help. We're here to send you out and on the right foot or left if that's the way you stand. But just go out there, bring joy to the world, stay groovy, baby,
Stay groovy.
and have a kick-ass day. Next time,
Now
guys.
face north.
Hey,
Yep.
thanks for popping in,
Have a good one,
everybody. And
everybody.
Tanner, I can't wait
Thanks,
to talk
Jason,
to you
for being
some more,
on.
buddy.
Thank you. Have a good
Peace
day.
out, guys.